Hello there, it's Jane from Love Your Lens here. I'd like to wish you all a very happy new year and welcome any new members that have joined us over the last few weeks. This is a session where I look at the images that were submitted for our Live Shoot Love challenge for a particular month, and I've already picked out some of my favourites and I'll do a bit of a critique on them and then tell you which one was my overall favourite for the month. Now, I am a couple of months behind at the moment with all the rush of Christmas and workload before Christmas, but one of my New Year's resolutions is to get this done in a timely manner for you all from now on. And with the new Live Shoot Love challenge that started for 2019, the schedule is that you'll get your images in by the 25th of the month, and that I will send out an email and do the critique on the 1st of the month. So feel free to nag me about that. This first critique is going back to November's theme, which was shadows, and we've had some lovely submissions for this. I actually found this one quite a difficult one to judge, so as usual I've come up with a few criteria against which I picked out these images. So with the theme being shadow or shadows, it had to be the shadow in the images that really made the shot, that made it powerful and that made it work. And as ever, the shot should be sharp where it should be on the subject, and it should be well exposed in order to enhance the story or the subject. The composition of the image should make the subject very obvious. I'm always bleating on about this a little bit, but if you can have an image that tells a story or has a theme or a strong mood about it that will engage the viewer and provoke a reaction, make you feel an emotion or make you ask a question, then you've immediately got a more powerful image that will stop viewers in their tracks and stop it just being a snapshot. So what you've been looking at here is a collage of the images that I've picked out, and I'm going to go through them now, saving my favourites until the end. So the first image that we've got here is by David Riley, and I've picked this one out. It's not a particularly strong story in some ways, but it's nice and clean and crisp, and it reinforces some of the things that I was talking about, where the shadows very much make they really form a part of the image. You know, without them the image wouldn't be as aesthetically pleasing to look at. I like the fact that David's viewpoint means that he's over and above these people. The background is very clear and plain and not really cluttered with anything else, and I like the diagonal lines coming in at the side as well. So it's not really a powerful story going on, but what I did like about it was this is a very natural moment. Some of the shots that people had posted in a similar vein seemed a little bit posed to me and didn't feel very natural, so that was what I liked about this one, David. Then moving on to this shot by Vicky, this is a great little bit of street photography, capturing quite a character, very strong contrasty light, which means that we do get a great shadow. It's her hat, I think, that makes this feel so quirky, because that hat really works well in the shadow as well. And it's a nice, vibrant, punchy image. You can feel that it's either early in the morning or in the evening by the warmth of the light. Yeah, that worked for me, Vicky. And then we've got this shot by Ian Williamson, and this very much feels like your style, Ian. This sort of observational street photography type of shot with strong leading lines, very contrasty light. Lots of pattern and texture in the background here, all again caused by the fact that the light is so direct and harsh, and a nice story told of commuters or workers kind of almost feeling like they've got their heads down and they're trudging in a line off to their destination, and it works well in black and white too. Then this shot isn't for me quite so much about the shadows, but I really liked it. You know, you've got a strong silhouette here, beautiful light on the girl's hair and hat here. You've got the shadows, which do add something to the foreground interest of this shot. But what this image is all about is this beautiful light on the waves behind, and all these amazing colours and textures, the way the wind is whipping the water off the top there. So absolutely amazing shot in terms of the light on the waves, and the story of the couple walking along the beach being just as captivated by that light on the sea as we are, but isn't really that strong a shot for shadows because your main subject area of interest is here. Okay, but great shot, Vicky. Okay, then we have this one of White Nancy, a local landmark for us, and a strong shadow of the photographer, who is Rachel Underhill, capturing this, and a really good dramatic sky behind and some good scenery. I think the only thing I felt here, Rachel, was that it might have been better if you'd have stepped back a bit, and not filled the frame quite so much with White Nancy. She could still have been the main subject of your shot, still with your shadow on her, but just given a little bit more of what's going on, the context around her, to make the most of the beautiful light on the scenery as well, and this very dramatic sky. Thanks for the submission. And then we've got this one by Liz Kenny. Again, it's quite a simple shot in some ways. What I like about it is that you've really looked for, you thought about the theme, shadows, and looked for that beautiful play of light here, being cast by these windows. You filled the frame. There's a nice sort of feeling of texture and pattern with this curve here. Yeah, I liked that one, Liz. Okay, then we've got a shot here from Charlene Gibson. Bit of a quality issue going on here with graininess and perhaps resolution of the picture. So I think that's something that I will at some point do a post on, of how to post to social media and not lose the quality of your images. But I did like this. Again, very strong contrasty light. Lots of light and shadow play going on here. And it felt quite atmospheric to me as well, and I liked the way it's been rendered in black and white. A similar shot here, but working in a very different way. Again, trees, with lots of light and shadow, very contrasty light on them. But somehow here, I prefer this shot, I must say, actually, Lindsay. It's just, I love trees anyway, but it's just the way that the light and the shadow is really capturing the shape and structure of the branches here, and the texture on the trees. Side light is amazing for that, really showing up texture very strongly, and then putting it in black and white really emphasises that as well. Okay, then we've got this shot from Alan. I really like this. Again, it's all the textures and the play of light and shadow in this, and I just find this a really interesting shot. Nice composition. You kind of want to know more about where it is, and the stark contrast of the dark, moody interior, and obviously how glaringly bright it is outside. So thanks for that one, Alan. And then we get on to the favourite for the month, for the theme, which I think will be everybody's favourite. It was such a strong one when it was posted. Absolutely cracking shot, kind of a classic, really. This is from Eric Payton. And the shadow is very strong, so he's hit the nail on the head. The exposure is brilliant. We know that this is a seriously hot day somewhere on the beach. This guy is just totally sun worshipping and enjoying the moment in his shower there, posing. Did you know him, Eric? And then this shadow behind, the way that it's kind of like mirroring his body language, but it's kind of off to one side as well. It just makes the composition so strong. It's a funny shot, and it does everything that a good photograph should do. Really engages you, makes you smile, and transports you to where this guy is. So I think that's an absolutely cracking shot, Eric, and really happy that you posted it. I'm just wondering what I'm coming on to there. Oh, right, that's just the collage again at the end. So well done, everybody, for posting for this theme. As ever, really love seeing all your images. Love seeing some new names appear as well, and being so welcomed so warmly into the group. So I'll be back with you again shortly to talk about bokeh And yeah, look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks.